Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Locum23 here. You're joining me for the app choices, the stories you play, Crown and the Flame, Book 2, Chapter 3, The Shipbuilders. Remember, if you do enjoy the content, feel free to like, comment, and especially share. And if not already, subscribe. And let's head in. Now playing as Kenna. Slowly, you open your eyes. Lying on a cot in your command tent, you try to move, but... Careful now. Oh, Kenna, you've been badly burned. You need to rest. I can't quite remember. Vasilios? Dom? What happened? Dom's blast caught you? It was bad. How bad? We didn't think you were going to make it that bad. But you're strong, and you're here now. I guess that's something. I'll go get Dom. He'll want to see you. Without and Annalise leave, a moment later, Dom enters. Seeing you, his face falls, and he drops to his knees beside you. Kenna, I'm so sorry. I'll never forgive myself for this. You don't need to apologize. You saved my life. It's not your fault. He did save her life. If it weren't for you, Vasilios would have slit my throat. I can't believe I let that oaf get the drop on me. Would you rather I died at his hand? No, of course not. You look so broken lying there that day. I couldn't bear it. You've been my friend since we were kids. You showed me kindness when no one else would. And suddenly you were gone. I had to face the idea of a world without you. One where I was responsible. Tom, if I had better control, this wouldn't have happened. You're doing the best you can. You're learning. Sai tried to warn me that I needed more training, but I didn't listen to her. I was reckless, and you paid the price for it. I'm making sure that will never happen again. What are you saying? I'm leaving, Kenna. I'm going with Sai to train in the Black Spine Mountains. Her people are there. You're leaving? Her people can teach me. At least, I hope they can teach me to control my power. Dom reaches out to take your hand, but you can't help wincing as he touches your raw, burned skin. He looks away and clenches his fist. You see smoke curling off his fingers. I have to do this. For the 5 kingdoms. For you. Dom, I understand. I love you. This is the stupidest thing you've ever done. I love you. I love you too, Kenna. That's why I have to go. You lean forward to kiss Dom. He gently, very gently brings his lips to yours. Did that hurt? Dom kissed you, but the feeling is bittersweet. A little, but it was worth it. I'll be back as soon as I can. I promise. Goodbye, Kenna. Goodbye. As Dom opens the tent flaps to leave, you see Sai standing outside. Sai, a word? She steps inside as Dom leaves. You know about Dom's plan, then? I do. I just have one thing to tell you. Be quick. We'll need you in the fights ahead. Watch his back. If anything happens to him, I'll kill you. Sai twirls a fireball across her fingers. Oh, Lowlander Queen, I'd like to see you try. So I turns and exits the tents, leaving you feeling distinctively uneasy. The next day, still in pain, you'll meet Leon, Annalise, Raiden, Rowan, and Whitlock. Someone is fearsome of you. Needn't rush the healing process, my lady. We know you are tough. You should be resting. Besides, why pass up the opportunity to be taken care of all day? Because we can't afford luxury. Not with Luther's return coming much sooner than we expected. Still can't believe he's willing to risk his fleet in the stormy season. He must have learned of our movements against him. So, what's your plan then, King Arise? I'm assuming you have one? The plan has always been to free the Five Kingdoms, and to take the fight across the sea to Luther before he can return. That plan hasn't changed. Now, we just have to do it a lot faster. We do know that Luther's fleet is mostly transport ships. That means they're not great in battle, they're huge. If we can catch him on the water, his soldiers won't be able to deploy, and we'll have the advantage. And we need to take every advantage we can get, considering how much larger his army is. We can't let him reach land at Lycos and deploy his troops. Then we'll take it before he returns. We'll amass a naval force first, then take control of Lycos. At the same time, we'll develop anti-ship weaponry for the battle to come. I've got some ideas on how to disable Luther's ships. I won't make weapons, but I will come up with something that can neutralize them. I understand. Your brilliance is always appreciated, Whitlock. There's a shipyard in Aral, the seaside town of Panrion. That's where most of Luther's ships came from. So if we can take Aral, we might have to get the shipbuilders to help us. And you expect the people of Aral to just do your bidding after you storm in, swords drawn? A direct assault isn't the best way to make allies can arise. I agree with the Vine One. I have spies in Aral. Rumor has it that many respected members of the community are plotting a rebellion. If we can get to one of the meetings, we may be able to convince them to join forces. We help them fight, they give us ships. Sounds like a fair trade to me. You could send a small team traveling in secret and with no identifying marks to infiltrate. And no, I'll speak to them myself. Kinney, I do not wish to offend, but this is not your arena. We'll have to smuggle you into the city. One wrong word, one slip-up, and it'll be your throat getting cut. I'm up for the challenge. Tell me what I need to do. I sense that you are refusing to bend on this matter. Wow, what an astute observation. Your senses are as accurate as ever. Very well, then. A disguise would help. I know time is short, but if you can dress in something less royal, it would make our task easier and help to get the people of Aral to trust you. Well, I would love to do that, but it's 25 diamonds. However, if I don't change, we risk being caught. I mean, really? Oh, just this game. There's no time. Understood. Shall we embark on our journey to Aral? Wait. I'm gonna come with you. Are you sure? The dangers. And nothing worse than what I've faced every day living under Vasilios. Let me assure you. Besides, if I'm there, I can speak for Thorngate. It's settled then. We'll set off as soon as things are packed. There's just one more thing. It's Val. What about her? Wait, where is she? She's been holed up in the woods since... well, since you got burned. What? Why wasn't I told? You should be resting as is. We knew once we told you, you'd want to run off to see her. And it's a little complicated. She did not exactly leave on good terms with Dominic. We've sent soldiers out after her. She won't talk to anyone. Sometimes she gets like this. If you ask me, it seems like she just needs the right person to talk to her. Want to go after Val? This is a chance to gain her undying loyalty as an official ally. Don't worry, I'm sure it'll be behind Diamond Wall. Oh, look at that. Val's in the forest of Thorngate alone. She can take care of herself. I'm going after her. Well, I would love to go after her. I trust her judgment. She'll catch up with us when she's ready. Best not to push her. Later, as you're packing up, Val enters through the castle doors. Everything all right? It's fine. Don't worry about it. Glad to see you're moving. I'm glad too. We're leaving soon to Aral. Then I'll get my things. She leaves you the feeling of something lost hanging in the air between you. Now playing as Dom, you and Sai have made camp for the evening in the forest. As you gather wood for a fire, Sai returns from hunting and plunks a skinned rabbit in your hands. Dinner. Cook it. I'm starting the fire now. You're gathering wood to start a fire? You are fire. Cook the meat. Consider this your next test. Are you just saying this because you're hungry and you don't want to wait? Cook the rabbit, Lowlander, if you can. You hold up the rabbit. I need to burn the meat, cook the meat, fireball dinner. You slowly roast the rabbit, the meat sizzling in your hands. You and Sai take turns eating the perfectly cooked meat. Not bad. I knew it. Food is the only thing that makes you smile. It's not the rabbit. Your training is coming along, and I know I'm not always the best teacher. Once we reach the Black Spine Mountains, you'll learn from a true master, my grandfather. Your grandfather? Is he like you, or is he, nice? Your jokes are unappreciative, Lowlander. Who's joking? You'll meet him soon enough. We're only a day from my village. In the silence that follows, you can't help your thoughts from drifting to Kenna. I hope she's okay. Sai reaches into her pack, pulling out a bottle that glows red. I know you blame yourself for what happened, but if you can't get over it, your training will suffer. Is that some kind of forgetting potion? It's alcohol, so yes. Drink with me now and forget your troubles, Lowlander. Wait, are you actually trying to comfort me? I'm offering you a drink. Don't make me regret it. Should I have a drink with Sai? Stay up drinking with Sai? Go to sleep. It's like every other choice is goddamn diamonds. Jesus. I'm beat. We should get some rest before tomorrow. Quiet. I heard something. A second later, you hear a clanking sound. That sounds like armor. As you and Sai leap up to defend yourselves, 4 armed Naraka soldiers charge out of the forest towards you. Prepare to die! Yeah! Sai's hands ignite the 2 into flaming whips. She lashes 2 of the charging soldiers. Ah! Ah! Yeah! You see their armor melting as they're burning from the inside. You turn to the third soldier, spotting him as he swings his sword at you. Scream, jump back, freeze, jump back. You dodge his sword as it cuts the air just in front of you. You summon your strength and blast him with a fireball. Ah! Ah! You turn to see the last soldier smack Sai across the face. Whew! Stumble, freeze, fireball the soldier. Get away from her! Ah! You're learning, Lowlander. You and Sai stand there amid the ashes, panting for a moment after the smoke clears. What were the Navraka soldiers doing here in the Black Spine Mountains? This wasn't a scouting group. Their armor's all wrong for that. These were foot soldiers. They never should have been this close to my village. My people. Dawn, we must hurry. Now, playing as Kenna, for several days your group travels across the open grasslands towards Aral. I see smoke on the horizon. Hells, is that a brush fire? One of those nearly wiped out our camp a few summers ago. The tents stank of smoke for weeks. No, it's Panrion, the city neighboring Aral. Last time I was there, the smoke was so thick you could taste it. Panrol was once a thriving city, known for its beauty, until that iron-hearted scholar, Florian Tartarus, got his hands on it. Who's Florian Tartarus? The ruler of this land, but I hear Ariel's been his new pet project for the last few months. The shipbuilders in Elrin are renowned for their craft, but apparently their production speed wasn't up to his standards. I want to know more about this Florian. How'd he come to rule the land? What's he like? He's an expert on industry and trade. His books on the subject are quite good, if somewhat detached. Since his realm has always been the most industry-focused of the Five Kingdoms, Florian has the obvious choice. Well, obvious to someone like Luther. Production was increased tenfold under Florian's rule, but the living conditions are, well, like the feces of a dog. Lovely. I can't wait to meet him. That's the last thing we want to do. If this man's half as smart as Raiden seems to think, you shouldn't be going anywhere near him. Agreed. The next few days are going to be dangerous. If we're discovered, we won't be able to fight our way out. Why do I feel like I should be preparing for the worst? Later that day, you arrive at the seaside town of Aral. Walking into the center of town, you come across a large crowd of people filling the street. This is Aral? Men and women mingle, laugh, and dance to the music of the drummer and piper sitting on the front steps of a tavern. Everyone's so festive. What's going on? What? You thought they'd be lying in the streets sobbing? Even under harsh rulers, life goes on. I admit being surprised as well. Perhaps Florian's authoritarianism has been exaggerated. Either way, I need to drink and rest my feet. Find me a tavern when you're done gawking. Rowan pushes her way through the crowd towards a small tavern. A drink does sound good to me. Been a while since I... Oof! A short, muscular woman stumbles out of the crowd, running right into Val. Whoops! Sorry, miss. I hope I didn't hurt you. I'm Kalani. And you are? I'm Val. A well-muscled man emerges from the crowd to stand next to Kalani, who glares up at him. Noah, you big bloody oaf. You threw me right into poor Val. Not my fault you're so easy to throw, Kai. Kailani turns to you, her eyes flickering from one member of your group to the next. She takes in your fine clothes, her eyes narrowing suspiciously. Well, look here, Noah. Not every day we meet the honor of a meeting noble lady. Please excuse my sister's rudeness. What brings you to our humble town, my lady? They don't know who I really am. Not yet. I'm actually here to buy a ship, completely lost. Buy a ship. I've heard that Aral shipbuilders are the finest in the land. You're heard right, my lady. But as far as buying, you'd have to talk to Lord Florian about that. All the vessels here are his property. You can always have a look at our wares. They're right over that bridge. Let me know if you're up to your expectations. And watch your step on those wet cobblestones. Easy to slip and crack your head open, if you're careless. Now, unless you need anything else. These musicians strike a lively tune and the space opens in the center of the crowd for dancing. Excuse us. Come on now. Noah, and try not to lob me in anything this time, yeah? Kai drags Noah back into the crowd. They seem suspicious of us, but overall, screw the reporting. It looks like they're having fun, and I want in. Who's with me? Are you asking me to dance? Well, we are trying to blend in. Fine. You lot can go cavort with the locals, if you please. I'll be over here trying to make sense of all this. What do you want to do, Kenna? Why not? Dance with Val. Val leads you towards the band, grinning wildly. She spins and leaps, her wild movements blending perfectly with the rest of the crowd. Come on, didn't they ever teach you to dance in that castle? Not like this, they didn't. I'll trip over my own feet. Nah, it's easy. Here, start like this. Taking your hands, Val leads you skipping and laughing in a wild jig. When I say go, you're gonna step, 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 twirl, jump. Got it? Wait. How many steps? Go! Step, step, jump, twirl, skip. I think that was it. Confused, you stumble through the steps, bumping into other dancers. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Tripping, you grab wildly at Val's arm, and the two of you tumble into a heap of dusty cobblestones. Nobody's asking you to dance at Midsummer's Eve. Better stick to your courtly balls, Your Majesty. You suddenly realize that Val's face is only inches from your own. She smiles, her breath quickened by the exertion of dancing. Copper for your thoughts, Majesty? I think I want to kiss you. Sit down for a moment. Something told me this was gonna go this way. However, she doesn't really have at all feelings, and right now it's still a mystery. And we're still being loyal to Dom. Even though technically he did burn the shit out of her, which they should change the animation for them. I don't think my legs have ever been this tired. Sometimes I forget you grew up all pampered. Girls back home could dance all night without breaking a sweat. Well, this girl needs a breather before she tries anything like that again. Angry shouting split the evening air. Revelers freeze mid-dance and the music comes to a halt. Trouble. We need to find the others. You regroup near the door of the tavern, craning to see over the heads of the thick crowd. Rowan comes out to join you. What is this? I can't see anything. What about you, tree woman? Listen. You listen and hear the loud clanking of armor coming from every direction. Scores of hulking figures in black armor fill the streets, their weapons at the ready. The Fracas soldiers! We're surrounded. Ooh, suspenseful. You chose to remain in your casual outfit. That will attract unwanted attention. You left Val alone. There will be always distance between you. Really? I could have closed that distance with that simple kiss. You chose not to stay up with Sai. She thinks that you're just a lowlander student, nothing more. You danced with Val at the Aral dance, but the moment you got interrupted. Overall... Score 36 to 75. Alright. Well, hope you guys did enjoy that chapter. I love this series. I love pretty much all the stories that the Choices app does offer. So remember, folks, if you did enjoy, feel free to like, comment, share, and if you're not already, subscribe. And until next time, have a good one.